Hello everyone! Today I'm gonna review Darksaber from Saber Theory. Now to be honest, the Darksaber isn't really from Saber Theory, it's made by a company called LGT and Saber Theory is a reseller. But since I bought the Darksaber from Saber Theory, I'm gonna refer to it as their Darksaber. Also, if you want to get your own Darksaber or lightsaber, the link to their shop will be down below, and if you use code Skippy, you'll get to save 5% of your entire order. Now the Darksaber itself came in this black box, which is a standard from LGT or Saber Theory lightsabers. It's really cool, I love the locks, so let's just open them and open the box. Basically all you get in this box is a charger cable, Allen wrench, some extra screws, manual, the lightsaber stand you can see behind me, which is pretty cool. If you don't have any lightsaber stands, this will do nicely. And the main part obviously is the blade, this beautiful Darksaber blade, which is one of the reasons I really wanted to get this Darksaber. I'll give you a closer look. It is acrylic and the middle part is printed on, which means that this one will not be lit up. It is to simulate the Darksaber look, but the sides, they will be lit up and the light from them is really bright because this one is Xenopixel, so it means that it has lights all over the blade, which is really cool. I'm not sure if there is a Profi NeoPixel Darksaber, probably is, but I just haven't seen it yet. And last but not least is the hilt itself. Now, this hilt is not accurate to the Rebels or Clone Wars series, because that hilt from there looked quite a bit different. It was grey and it didn't have these round edges, it was sharp. And the reason they decided to change that in Mandalorian and Book of the Boba Fett was that the sharp hilt wasn't really great to hold or manipulate, and so they decided to change it basically. And I'm really glad they did, because I love this black design way more than the animated series ones, and let's be honest, it looks amazing. Now to be honest, I'm also not sure if this is the most accurate Darksaber version there is, but I just tried to find some pictures, some references from the Mandalorian or Book of the Boba Fett, and in pretty much all of them the hilt was black, so I'll just stick to it. Some shops or websites sell the Darksaber with the grey stripes right here. I don't really like that design, so I went for this black one. I think Saber Theory also has the grey version on their website right now, so I'll just stick with my all black one. Now the charger port is situated right here. If you open this up, and here you can see the charger hole, which is where you stick the charger cable. Now let's install the blade itself. The blade is being held by 4 screws, which is really great because the blade itself is really heavy. I forgot to mention that the Darksaber is heavy, and when I was walking around the convention center on Comic-Con with my Mandalorian cosplay, it gets really heavy. It gets sweaty, it gets heavy, you don't want to carry this around all day, but it looks really great. And even in daylight, the blade really shines through. It is nice because a lot of lightsabers, even the Profi ones, don't look as great during the daylight. So the blade is installed. I'll just give you a quick look at it completed. Oh my god, it is so insane. The only downside of the hilt, which is I noticed right now, is the activation button placement. Because you hold the Darksaber like this, and what happens usually is that you sort of like press the activation button without noticing it. So that means if you are in the middle of spinning, the Darksaber can get deactivated, which happened to me on stage because I was competing in cosplay competition, and I was spinning the Darksaber. I was spinning for like a minute or so, and I didn't notice that in the middle of it I turned the Darksaber off and I was just spinning with a turned off Darksaber. But it still looked great, even though I didn't win anything. Also, if you have like bigger fingers, you can really get under the crossguard right here. Now let's activate it. And even though I'm filming this in a daylight and there are two lights directly pointing towards me, the blade is really bright. It's really bright, and if you turn the lights towards your face or towards your eyes, you can get like sort of blinding. So I was very surprised by how good the blade looks. Obviously this is the Darksaber font. You can hear the Darksaber sound, and when I move it, it really looks like a Darksaber in real life. So once again, I was very surprised by how great this font and this Darksaber looks. It also has motion control, so you don't have to press the button. All you have to do is twist it or stab it, and it will activate and deactivate, which is pretty neat, especially if you have gloves and you are cosplaying as Mandalorian. Then the small activation button can be missed and you want to activate it really fast. Plus it looks cool. So this time I'm not gonna go through all of the fonts, I'll just show you the colors this Darksaber can have. Now that I've showed you some of the fonts, I'll also show you some of the ignition styles and additional blade styles this Darksaber has. Before I get to the rating of the Darksaber itself, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the like button and notification button. Also, if you want to get your own lightsaber, link to the website is down below, and if you use code SKIPPY, you'll get to save 5% of your entire order. Alright, so this Darksaber is great. The hilt itself looks amazing, I love the all black version of it. It is fairly accurate to the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett series. The only downside the hilt has is the small activation button and the placement of it, as I said before, and the crossguard obstructing the proper grip. Otherwise, the round hilt itself is amazing. Otherwise, the round hilt itself fits in your hand pretty well, which is always nice, especially if you want to spin it. Now the blade looks amazing, the LEDs are really bright even during the daylight, as you could have seen before, but the blade is fairly heavy. Pretty much all of the weight of the Darksaber is in its blade, which will give you a hard time when you want to spin it. It's not impossible, but it's also not something that is easy compared to other lightsabers that are way lighter. So with all of these things in mind, I'll have to give this Darksaber 8.5 out of 10. So hopefully you liked my review, and see you next time.